Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I am so happy that more and more people are discovering, accepting, learning about this thing called energy healing and finding out that it's working for them. And that includes Reiki, your chakra balancing. And if you're hearing this or watching it and saying, what's he talking about? She's going to help us out with that. She is a Reiki master. She's amazing. And she's back on the program. Debbie Peters joins us. How are you, Deb?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Very well, very well. And a big believer in what you do in terms of Reiki and also our chakras. There's 7 main ones, right? And it is kind of harnesses energy in different areas within your body. Can we break it down into each one and how important they are?
Sure. So there are seven major chakras, and I also call them energy centers because some people who aren't familiar with Reiki, we're all energy. Everything around us is energy, and we're all vibrating at a different frequency. So if someone's uncomfortable and they're not, again, familiar with Reiki, I also like to use the word energy centers. So we have seven main energy centers, and then we also have some outside of the body, but this could take a long time to go into it. So the first one that I want to mention, and I actually have some little props here, it's your root chakra. So there's colors associated with it. This is located at the base of your spine or your tailbone, and it provides you with inner strength and believed to be our foundation. So if you believe in energy, it also helps you ground to the earth. When it's blocked or imbalanced, you can experience chronic fatigue. There's, again, there are so many other organs and things associated, but it can go quite in depth for each one. So I'm just touching on them. An affirmation to, help your root chakra become stronger would be, I have deep roots, or I am grounded. So very simple, just a little affirmation to help you with that.
Let's go back to that for just a moment.
Sure.
One way, obviously, is a practitioner like yourself that can clear out the blocked energy within a chakra. But just by saying those affirmations and having the positive intention, can we also do that to some extent?
Absolutely. I like working with energy, and I assist people because, again, I don't claim to heal people. I'm not a medical practitioner, but from my past experiences, I can assist people with moving energy in their body.
Which helps them heal.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
But yes, if it's all about the intention. So, if someone can't get to a Reiki practitioner, or again, Reiki works distant as well. I helped a family member that was down in Florida. So, it's about the intention. So if you believe in energy, you believe that you can heal yourself, or, heal yourself with the assistance of someone else, you most definitely can help,
I just want to, for everybody that hears this energy thing and is like, really, is it real? So here's the thing. When we say to somebody, hey, let's say somebody's having surgery and they're 5 states away, and you say, I'm sending positive vibes your way that you heal fast. You're sending positive energy. And many times, you get the report back, yeah, the surgery was great. They healed fast. You and a lot of other people send positive energy. Same thing if somebody says, I'm sending prayers your way. You're sending energy. We're doing it anyway. Sometimes we don't realize it. And on the virtual Reiki side, that's the first time I ever had Reiki. I can tell you here, it worked without a doubt. And the practitioner like yourself, 1,500 miles away, didn't even talk to them. We text. it was like, yeah, all right, Tuesday night, get in a comfortable spot, 8 o'clock. I'll let you know what happened after that. And the things that she told me afterwards by text validated that this stuff is real, because she could have not come up with that detailed stuff. Information, little tidbits, nothing
Right.
nothing invasive, but it was just interesting.
Very subtle, like, very. I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And again, it's the intention. And if you really set the intention and focus, we can connect. I don't believe in coincidences. So, I believe that there's a reason for everything. So the next one is your sacral chakra. It's located about 1 to 2 inches below your navel, and it's related to our emotions, our creativity, sexual energy, and feeds us with courage and confidence. If it's blocked or imbalanced, someone may feel guilt, blame, codependency, or feeling overwhelmed. An affirmation for this would be, I am cultivating a beautiful life free of stress, worries, and fear. So even if you said, I am cultivating a beautiful life, and firmly believe that, again, it helps your brain to relax, and it just, can relieve anxiety. The next is the solar plexus. So that's located about 2 inches above your navel, and it represents confidence, self-esteem, and personal power. If it's blocked or imbalanced, it could lead to anger, fear, digestive issues, and possibly low self-esteem. An affirmation for that would be, I am worthy and I am confident. So as you see, there's a lot. Then we go to the heart chakra. So this is big, and could be a whole other show when it comes to your heart chakra. That's located at the center of your chest, and it's the center of love for oneself and for others. If blocked, you could experience a lower immune system, and you may also hold resentments and feel lonely. An affirmation could be, I deserve love. I love myself to the fullest. So again, this is the heart one is pretty big.
Before you get to the others,
sure,
I'm going to ask the question again, because I just think it's so impactful. By using those affirmations, okay, let me restate that. If you have somebody that's going to clear out blocked energy, practitioner, energy healer, they do it however they do it, or we can use the affirmations to help do it. How effective are the affirmations in clearing out the blocked energy as opposed to somebody else doing it?
Again, it's the intention. So if someone firmly believes that, they can heal themselves, they can bring themselves to become grounded and centered, because that's really important, is to ground yourself and center yourself first. And if you think, oh, this isn't working, because people will say, oh, you should feel this. Or I've heard people say, well, I didn't feel a tingling. Or if you don't feel anything, it does not mean it's not working.
Yeah.
So another thing too, you could even take your hand and move it in a circular motion over your heart and say the affirmation. If someone has a difficult time doing that, again, the intention behind it and believing it and having faith that it's going to work is huge.
Okay. I love that. And people heal themselves. Even when we have medical issues, we can heal ourselves. Our body is designed to heal itself. However, my belief is when things get out of whack, things out of balance, you're not eating right, you're not getting enough sleep, you have stress, all these things are happening, you're out of whack, you're out of balance, your body can't do its job to heal itself. And then now you got to go to a doctor, maybe try meds and all of that. But if you can get to a point where it's all kind of working, it'll work itself out. And it's been
Right.
proven. It's been proven.
And also too, if someone is overwhelmed, because a Reiki session or an energy healing session, it's not something that you necessarily, it's not where you have to go forever. You work through things because
Sure.
sometimes people just need a little assistance. And then they can learn to do it on their own, because I know myself, I get anxious, and if there's 5 things going wrong in a day, sometimes I have to step back and say, whoa, hold on, ground yourself, and is this all worth getting upset over? And most of the time we all worry about stuff that doesn't even come true.
Oh
um
my gosh. Let's go there in 5 seconds. Scientifically proven, and every time they do the study, every few years, always comes back to 90 something percent. I think the last time was 93% of the stuff that we worry about never transpires, never happens. We talk about
mhm,
energy. You're wasting your energy in thinking, marinating, worrying about all the stuff. Not going to happen. You'll be fine.
right.
Just let it go. Just let it go.
And again, it's sometimes that's why they say too, it's important to have a support system, to have people around you, to
Mm,
be able to call and just say, okay, I'm having a tough time, I just need help getting back, to center here. But yeah, it's important, and it
yeah.
does, it takes time, but it works.
Can I, before we continue, and I want to make,
Yes.
I'm going to double check the time because I don't want to run out of time. I want to get to all 7 chakras. All right, we're good.
Okay.
Have you done those affirmations from time to time? Have you done the heart chakra affirmation or maybe the sacral chakra affirmation?
Um, I like to focus on the intention myself. Like, so if, say for instance, if I'm feeling resentment towards someone, and I'm still working on certain resentments that I do have. I mean, again,
We
we're
all
all
have them.
human.
We're all human. Yeah.
Yes. So what I do is I picture my heart chakra, and I just focus on that, and I picture just sending like light and love to the individual that I may be upset at or angry at. One of the most popular ones I use is grounded. I'll say to myself, I am grounded and I am centered. And I just focus myself being in balance and that's big, because that's where it starts.
Hmm.
You've got to ground yourself and be centered before you can work on anything.
And you can simply do that. I know it sounds kind of goofy and cheesy, but walk outside. Go bare.
Absolutely.
We have warmer weather in most of the country now. Go barefoot. You're literally, I mean, literally grounded. That's what we're talking
Yep.
about. Hug a tree. Hug a
That's they
tree.
have there's I have a friend who does that. And nature, there's nature therapy. I mean,
Yeah.
just being outdoors and listening. But uh, you know it could be another that could be another segment that
Oh
I
yeah.
do
Oh my
that we
gosh.
could
Yeah.
go. There's so many amazing things that people can do to become grounded and help with their inner peace.
Absolutely.
So, all
All right.
right.
What do we got?
Okay, so now we have the throat chakra. It's located right here, base of your neck, the collarbone, and this is the center of communication and personal expression. If it's blocked or imbalanced, you may have difficulty expressing yourself or suppressing your creative talents. An affirmation for this would be, I am a good listener, or I am safe and express myself truthfully. So the throat chakra comes with communication. So if someone has a hard time communicating or expressing themselves, their throat chakra might be blocked or imbalanced. Doesn't have to be completely blocked. And then we have the I have to use this card because my other one has not come yet. Can you see this one?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is your third eye chakra. So this is the center of your intellect and intuition. And when it's balanced, one may come up with great ideas and it allows for personal and spiritual growth. So that's kind of like it's located right here. If out of balance, one may lack inspiration and have a difficult time standing up for oneself. So that's, and people, again, not everybody, believes in intuition, but that's, your third eye is where that comes from.
Would you say, Debbie, before we hit the next one,
Yeah, sure.
The third eye, is that the same thing as our intuition, our gut feeling? When somebody says, you have a gut feeling, is that your third eye kicking in? Or are they two kind of separate things?
I would say the same, because
Okay.
that's where for people who believe in angels, guardian angels, that's where you can also connect. And then that could be a whole there's so
Yeah.
many things that are so fascinating about the third eye chakra. So, people open it. They say that sometimes when you open it and you have that intuition, some people don't want that. They don't want to open their third eye because they may be afraid of what they may experience, because you could, again, depending on what people's beliefs are, maybe it's another realm with the angels, or I'll leave it at that, because you could really go into a deep conversation regarding the third eye chakra.
Okay. All right.
And the last, which I love this one, is the crown chakra, and it's located at the top of your head. And this is where we experience the divine meaning of life and connects us with having faith and ethics. If it's blocked or imbalanced, there may be a lack of trust in the divine and feeling alone in the world. So an affirmation for this could be, I am open to new ideas, and I am connected to a higher power. So a higher power could be, it could be God, it could be, the universe, it could be gods, goddesses, it could be whatever someone wants. But I think that's really important, as far as connecting to a higher power, because this way too, that helps you become grounded, centered. You connect to the divine, the universe above, and your root chakra is connecting you to Mother Earth. So that's where you become balanced.
Wow. Many questions. I want to go back because you are a Reiki master. I've heard that you can give Reiki to anything. Like you could Reiki your food. You could Reiki a greeting card, whatever. Have you heard that? Is that even possible?
Yes. I have heard it. I've done it to plants.
Okay.
And what I believe is, when you do that, again, you're setting the intention. So for your food, if you send Reiki to your food, you're sending it to nourish your body. And Reiki goes to where it is needed. So when you're sending Reiki, whether it's to an individual, to an animal, to a plant, to your food, it goes where it's needed. It's not for you to say, oh, okay, this is, it has to go to this particular part.
Right.
It's the flow of energy. And that's what's so important, to recognize that it's behind the intention.
Somebody told me along the same lines that they will Reiki their food, but they're also sending energy to the animal it came from in a positive light. In other words, giving thanks through energy and Reiki.
Mm-hmm. I have a friend that does that. She thanks the animal who, where the food came from.
Yeah.
And to give thanks. And I think in today's world, with the way society is, and we're all running around, and people have to work 2-3 jobs, and raising a family, and social media. I think a lot of us forget the basic, simple things that can kind of just bring us back to center and just say, hold on a minute.
Mm.
What do I need to take care of myself? What do I need to, nourish my body, mind, and soul so that I can be there for other people? One thing I'll mention too is when you were saying raking a card or sending Reiki to food and then giving thanks for the animal, is when you're on the phone, you know when someone's smiling or not. You ever pick up a phone? Or I know, because I deal with the public a lot, and I always try to put a smile on my face and be cheerful. And
Yeah.
the other person usually will know that on the other line. So if you
Without a
get
doubt.
somebody, and so, sending energy, sending personal, energy just by smiling, and you don't even hear, you don't even see the other person. And I've heard on the other line where people's mannerisms, they change, and you can kind of how can I say it, like get them to maybe calm down if they're a little bit, if they're having
Agitated.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll share this with you. I've been doing radio professionally since I was 17 years old. And I've been at a number of different radio stations, some of them quite big. And there, many times, there was a sign in front of the DJ at the other side of the microphone, and the sign just said, smile.
Yep.
That's it. Just
That's
smile.
it.
You sound better. You project better. You sound clearer. You feel the feeling that somebody gets listening, whether it's on the radio, podcast, telephone, whatever. It's there. And you're also putting out energy.
Well, exactly.
And you talk about, Debbie, you talk about the intent. When you smile, you intentionally did something to create a positive outcome by smiling. Simple as it sounds, you're intentionally doing something and it transfers.
Right. And it's contagious. So when you're vibrating at a higher energy,
yep,
it's very, you ever pass by someone and they're kind of, looking smug, and if you smile or maybe say good morning or good afternoon, and all of a sudden, they get a smile on their face and they're saying good morning and good afternoon too.
I did it today. I went to the gym, and sometimes I do this as just sort of a test. I want to test this energy thing. And before I'm walking into the gym, I just think to myself, positive vibes, raise your vibration, bring it up. It's all good. Everything is good. Bring it up. And I'll just walk past a whole bunch of strangers. And I would say easily a quarter, if not maybe 40% of them will turn and just, be either they smile or they just have a positive look on their face. And I'm not doing anything except walking past them. Just that's it. And I will say hi. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? These are all strangers. I don't know who they are.
So I want to bring up a really good point though.
Sure.
If you don't mind. So
please,
if you smile at someone or say good morning and good afternoon, so your energy is vibrating, at a higher level.
Sure.
And you're walking by and you say good morning or good afternoon, and you don't get a response back, don't say good morning, don't say good afternoon, or hold a door open for somebody if you have an expectation. So if someone doesn't smile back at you or say good morning, you got to make sure because their negative energy will bring you down. So it's important that if someone doesn't respond to you, because some people say, what the heck? They didn't say thank you when I held the door for them. What's wrong with them? Your energy level, all that goodness, and all that high energy you had just dropped. So saying good morning, good afternoon, smiling, holding it without an expectation is so important. Because
thank you for saying that. Yeah. Because all you're doing, and it goes back to basic principles here, but you're allowing their energy to bring you down. You allowed it.
Exactly.
You let them control you, and that's a stranger. So let's flip it over to somebody that you have a conflict with, and they may be done with you. They don't really care, but you're still holding a grudge, and you allow them to
Yep,
control you. And it's, easier said than done to let that all go, but it happens. But if you remember that we're letting them do it, it's on us. It's your fault, my fault.
it's
We're doing it.
it's true, because nobody can make someone do, or think something else.
Yeah,
And like you said, it is difficult, but the more you practice it, and the more you do these things and ground yourself and become more aware, you start to get some inner peace.
yeah,
I mean, it took me a long time, it took me years, but you learn every day. I'm still learning. I don't have the answer to everything, but the more you help other people, and you help them recognize and acknowledge things, and help them learn,
sure.
that's the most important thing. Like they say, pay it forward. They said it's random acts of kindness. You do it because you want to, not because you're expecting something
Exactly.
in return. And that's all energy. That's
Yeah.
all energy.
Whenever I'm pulling out into traffic, and I have to tell you, more times than not, people let me go. I don't know. Maybe it's my car color. I don't know. Maybe it's my energy.
It's
They'll
a,
let me go. And they do. And I always, always look their way, try to stare them in the eye and say, thank you.
yep.
And if I'm not sure they saw me, I'll do it again just to make sure, because it's so important.
Right. And if they don't acknowledge you,
Right.
maybe they didn't see you,
Right.
doesn't mean, but just again, that energy
You're
of you
right.
just staying, level and stable and vibrating higher. And it's hard. So, people should practice that.
No,
Look,
thank you.
and
Thank you for bringing
and
it up.
feel it, because you do, because we're all so busy, and we're running around, and we're driving, and we're doing this, that you don't take time. People don't take time to realize how they're actually feeling. So feel the feeling,
Yeah.
and you'll definitely notice a shift.
Same thing when somebody cuts you off in traffic. All right, stuff happens. You don't know what their day is like. You don't know if they just got a phone call of horrible news, or they worked
Exactly.
70 hours last week and just making ends meet, and they're so tired and they just, pull down in front of you. What's it going to do? No harm done. Didn't hit you, anything like that. What's it going to do to be like, nothing? Let it
Right.
go. If you do, it's almost, I just got a visual of a fan going around, and that's your energy, and that's your good energy. So here's the fan going around, and then maybe somebody didn't say thank you when you let them go, or the person cut you off, and then there's like a pen hits the
Yep.
fan,
It's it.
and it's like, that's your energy. You just, we were moving good, moving well, and all of a sudden, dead stop. So thank you for bringing that up. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of basic energy stuff. Oh, I forget it. There are times
We
where,
all do. I do too. I mean, like I
yeah,
said, I'm not perfect, but when you start to recognize these things,
yeah, yeah,
you go, and sometimes I'll laugh, because I'll be in a tizzy about whatever it is. So many things are going on with my family, and we got to go here, and we're doing this. And then I laugh and I go, what are you going, getting yourself all upset about? Like, slow down.
yeah,
It'll all get done, because when you do slow down and you just let things fall into place, they usually work out.
yeah. And usually the way you want them to.
Absolutely.
How do we find you, Debbie?
So you can go to my website is pathwaysforwellness.com. I also have a new site. It's called heal.me/Debbie Peters, and it's DEBBIE. Info@pathwaysforwellness.com is my email, and my phone number is 631-926-2362.
Great talking with you today. Thank you for all the insight on the chakras. Thanks for making it to the point. I got to believe that those affirmations are online somewhere as well for the
You
chakras,
can,
right?
yes, you can find, if you Google, chakras, and you can even do each one, or you can find, affirmations for, the throat chakra, or affirmations for chakra. There's a lot of really good ones out there. I'm going to probably be putting them on my website. I just don't have them there yet, but I just thought it was important, to mention them.
Oh, I love it.
There are card decks. So, if you could, like, I have these cards, you can find cards online. There's ones here too, that'll tell you, because with crystals, it'll tell you angels, aromatherapy, which, oil may go with, a chakra. So it's just the information there's a lot, but the most important thing is to take your time, just make sure you ground yourself. So a good way to ground yourself is to picture, say, your spine or your feet. Some people, sadly, if I have a relative who's missing a limb. But so whether it's your feet or your, the chakra that's located at the base of your spine, picture roots going down into Mother Earth. So you could be sitting, you could be standing. If you have to lay down, just picture roots going into Mother Earth. And then from your
Debbie, they're going to cut us off. I just looked at the time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good. I'm sitting on a grounding mat, $20.
Yeah.
Not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. So great talking with you. And I look forward next time we get together. Maybe we'll dig into forgiveness like we were talking about earlier.
Great. Sounds good. I should be in about 2 weeks.
Awesome. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
We'll be right
Bye.
back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.